Hello everyone, this is Maki. Today I'd like to share some news with you. In Japan, a magazine called Gundam was released. In this magazine, the release of a new alternative series comic was announced. Let's take a look at this news and the information that was released. Just a small announcement. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider becoming a channel member. For 99 cents a month, you get a name badge and comment stamps as special perks. Alright, let's dive into the information. The title of the work is Gundam 8. It's an independent alternative series that has no connection to the settings of existing works. The alternative series is a category for works set in worlds other than the universal century established by the first Gundam. This includes series like Seed and Gundam Wing, which are set outside of the universal century. One of the charms of the alternative series is that they are not bound by the science, technology, or laws of the universal century. The artwork that's being released is quite distinctive. Crystal-like lights are dancing in the air, and shard-like objects are stuck into the ground. Rather than an abstract image of dancing lights, it looks more like objects resembling crystals are raining down. And in the middle is the main Gundam. The person standing in front of the Gundam is probably the protagonist. Behind the Gundam, there seems to be a massive structure. The standard height of a mobile suit is about 20 meters. Since it feels huge even compared to a mobile suit, could it be an extremely large structure like a space colony? It seems that the story of Gundam 8 begins in Japan on June 26, 2025. There's another feature page as well. It looks like the main Gundam is called Gundam Gilius. It's equipped with the head-mounted Vulcan guns that are a typical feature of Gundams. It also seems to come standard with a beam saber. It's clearly designed as a military weapon, not for purposes like worker construction. The distinctive parts on its back are really intriguing. Could they be weapons similar to the funnels that are a traditional armament in the Gundam series? There are several areas on the body where the armor isn't attached, exposing the inner frame. At this point, it's unclear whether this means that the frame is strong enough to not require armor, or if it's simply because the unit is still incomplete. Like Gundam Barbatos, it's possible that it will be improved as the story progresses. The scenario is being handled by Mr. Hajime Kamoshida. He's the one who wrote the script for Iron Blooded Orphans. And the artwork of the comic is done by Mr. Shuhei Takagi. He's the artist who created the comic based on the Universal Century game battle operation called Fairy. Takagi is also responsible for the illustrations in the novel version of which from Mercury. The feature page proudly announces a massive new series has been decided. It looks like Bandai has some pretty big expectations for this series as well. A little bit of history has been revealed. Let's take a look. The third planet in the solar system, Earth. Countless years have passed since the birth of humanity and the advancement of science technology, and biotechnology should free humanity from conflict and suffering and bring about eternal prosperity. Koreiki 2030. Earth, once the cradle of humanity, is now on the verge of being lost to human hands. The number of survivors, 258. The number of remaining Gundams, 1. This is the story that has been revealed so far. It looks like Koreiki is the name of the era in this world. Since there's no official English translation yet, I've introduced it as it appears in Japanese. Ko refers to a planet that emits its own light, like the sun. And Reiki means history. The introduction that mentions the third planet of the solar system really makes an impression. Will the story feature interactions with planets other than Earth? Also, the point about humanity being freed from conflict and suffering through technology is intriguing. It brings to mind images of a dystopian society under strict control, which is a common theme in fiction. While it's a classic setup, it could feel a bit typical if left alone. There could be a surprising twist hidden here. The line the Earth is about to be lost from humanity is definitely important. Will there be invaders from outer space? Or will highly advanced artificial intelligence turn against humanity? Some people might be reminded of Gundam 00. In that movie, the elves were life forms from outer space. The elves were portrayed as not inherently hostile. As for the idea of a rebellion by advanced AI, it is also reminiscent of the inner base of Gundam 00. They had the same appearance and genetic structure as humans, but were artificially created, making them quite similar to AI. What kind of enemies will appear in Gundam 8? The description that mentions 258 human survivors. Only one Gundam left is also very intriguing. If extremely advanced technology exists, it might be possible to preserve humans through methods such as cryogenic sleep or genetic preservation. But maybe such technology was lost due to the conflict. Why is there only one Gundam left? Since it says remaining Gundam, it suggests that there were multiple Gundams in the past. It also seems that Gundam 8 has already been confirmed for a high-grade Gunpla release. Information and photos will be unveiled at the Hobby Show, which will be held in Shizuoka, Japan starting May 14, 2025. This shows that Gundam 8 is not just a single comic project, but something Bandai is pushing across the board. There is a similar example from the past. That would be Gundam Unicorn. Gundam Unicorn originally began as a novel. However, after the story was completed, an anime adaptation was announced. Considering how much effort Bandai is putting into it, there's a good chance it will get an anime adaptation as well. What kind of story will it be? Let's look forward to finding out. Thank you for watching until the end. See you next time.